Welcome to the Play No Games podcast. It is your host Cartier Rob
and Cos and I think we're missing someone.
Yes, we are missing someone. Missing like 2 people, 3 people,
maybe.
Should we kick it old school?
I guess we're just running.
Play
no
games. If y'all like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe. It should be up here. $hero Bob, help us grow as you all have been doing. You guys have been doing wonderful to the donations, and shout out to the mysterious donator, whoever you are.
Robert's mom.
It's definitely not that.
Okay.
Thank you. What do you call it? So, you know, that the donation was nice. I'm trying to figure that is. But anywho, before we get into our very first topic of the day, want to have a little disclaimer. Is today's a little somber. A lot of people are dealing with the elections stuff. So before we get started, none of these views on this show reflect the business Play No Games podcast. So before we get started, I want y'all to know none of this is a reflection of business of operations. But let's get into our very first segment.
Actually, very first segment, should we do Play No Games?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Oh no, this one's going.
Oh, I thought we were skipping it. Okay.
Of course not. Of course not. So, Cos, you know, Play No Games is a segment where...
please explain it to me.
Games is a segment where if you feel positive, feel negative, you just say what's on your mind.
Yeah.
What are you playing no games about, Cos?
I'm playing no games about vacation. Vacation. I need a vacation. I have one coming up in December. And I just need to get out. I need to leave. I need to be in some sun.
Where you going?
I'm going to Mexico.
Wow. You gonna have a shirt off?
Maybe.
Is there any hair in that milk?
There's a lot of hair in the milk. Wait, what? wait, what milk?
But
a lot of hair. Yeah.
Hey, if people look back, our beginnings, Play No Games, we were little shock jockeys. We took risks.
We did take risks,
but now we have,
and we still do.
Now we have to be, because you know we be getting a lot of people on. We gotta make sure we're business minded. But nah, I feel you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I need a break too. I'm
excited to golf, jet ski, and talk to women. Whoa. Hey,
do you have their consent?
Of course.
Good job. So no, I feel you on that. I think I need a break too, like where I'm not worrying about stuff. Actually, shout out to Andrew.
Which one?
Smart man.
Damn, you dropped his government name out there.
Shout out to Andrew. Andrew's been
Andrew, do the same.
I just want to shout out to Andrew because, you know, I was able to do some of like a break. I was able to like work on some other stuff, and you know, I felt good not to like edit the show this week. And hopefully y'all peeped the episode. I literally didn't touch it, and all the splicing and all the advanced shit was Andrew, so he allowed me to relax a little bit more.
Yeah, Andrew's been killing it. Our guardian angel.
He's my Tiny Tim.
My Tiny Tim.
Stop that immediately.
It's Christmas. Can I never?
Tiny Tim dies.
Dead ass. I've never seen that part of the Christmas movie. I just know he just works on Christmas.
He like works himself to death or something like that.
He dies? Like dead ass?
He dies of like black lung or something like that.
I can't make any more tablets, Robert. Throw it again. I would never do that.
Okay, Scrooge.
That's amazing.
But no, I hope everyone Andrew too as well. RJ, AJ, Tay, and Tommy. We all deserve rest, man. Like,
Yeah.
like dead ass. I've seen so much growth out of all of us. Just not like podcasts, things like that. Things, I've talked to you off the show that I'm proud of you about. Things you're handling. Obviously, you too, Andrew. Like, I don't know I know we're talking about America, but being kind of caught in like the grind of like trying to like define yourself is such a like arduous, like soul sucking thing.
100%. And you don't really realize what you get out of it like until much farther down the line. Like you're almost walking blind when you're grinding and you don't realize you're discovering yourself until kind of towards an end point or at least a new chapter or something along those lines.
And that's why I'm kind of glad that we have like where you play no games about segment, because besides like doing the podcast and like all the things that are like been working out now, sometimes when we start these segments you're like holy shit, what should I say? Like it really does get me grounded. And like these Wednesday check-ins, like even though we're making content for people, I was like, damn, I did all that in a week, and I'm just like, remember that shit.
Yeah, 100%. So what are you playing the games about then?
Fuck. I feel like you gave a good one. I feel like I could get one too.
Yeah. Hey man, it could be positive, it could be negative.
Pow! Shots.
Not even.
I know. I'm just, building up fake drama. What I play no games about is you know what? I'll give you a one. You know what I play no games about? Establishing a relationship.
Whoa. Like a new relationship?
Just exactly. Establishing new relationships.
Okay.
Building a relationship work is so difficult, and I feel like people, when they get into like relationships, they don't understand, to get to the quality relationship you want, it takes a lot of work. And when they do click on all cylinders, it's like a beautiful thing. And I think people take for granted the work, and everyone just wants the benefits of this is what it looks like. And I just want to say that it's good when things in a relationship can click. And I'll just say I'm benefiting from a lot of relationship hard work where we're able, when those hard conversations come up, they're more smooth because we've been working at this is how we talk to each other. And I feel like that is something that people get wrong so much in our day and age, because they're like, oh, I like you, you like me, and there's no work. So I kind of just like that I'm hitting some strides in, what I'm doing over here.
Yeah. I mean, most people are going to leave at the first roadblock. A lot of people don't want to deal with confrontation.
Yeah. I'd say a lot. Confrontation is an opportunity for you to grow a relationship. And I'm not gonna lie. I think, what was I hearing? I hear some sad things that are going on in the streets currently.
Oh yeah, what? HIV?
That is on high. I will say this. The shit I was doing back in the day, I couldn't do that now.
Like what? Whoa. Like what?
Was there a pre-90-day trial period, Rob?
Oh, you on the episode today? Okay. I was just saying this. The stuff I was doing in college and things of that manner.
Okay.
Like being like more risky. Like,
I
wouldn't do
STIs.
Or just like not caring.
Not caring.
And I'm just hearing.
And you're saying it's hotter now? You say like the block is hot?
Yes, I'm hearing like, I can't say certain stories. I'm just hearing certain things from certain friends. I'm just kind of like, man, she expects you to do that? You did what? And I go to CDC and say, ha, you're risking it? Meaning like the rampancy of like STDs and then the rampancy of expectations that don't exist. Unless you're like in a marriage, like you're asking for marriage material things, which are only a boyfriend and a girlfriend. So that's where I'm at.
Okay, fair.
But speaking of a relationship and a divorce,
Yes.
America is divorcing.
And remarrying.
Oh my gosh, it's always the girl from across the way.
What was that? This is an ex.
Should we do it?
He's back.
Donald Geronimo Trump.
The Don.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden is ending his presidency, and we had an election yesterday. And
We did.
And it was between we gotta make sure we say this right.
Yeah.
Kamala
Kamala
Harris.
That's fine.
Kamala Harris. Donald J. Trump had we had a battle,
A Duke off.
and it was they use. Actually, funny about it is they use a new election system to do battle.
Oh yeah, how so?
They did Halo 2.
Oh my god.
It was Kamala versus Don.
And the game chat was crazy.
Okay, more serious. I think we gotta be serious. All right. So after the election, Donald J. Trump will be our president again, and I'm curious, Cos. I can't do
What are
this
you laughing about?
because I don't know if you're gonna be serious.
I am serious.
Okay, what was your reaction to last night's news?
I want to tread lightly here.
Okay,
I was not surprised.
fair.
A lot of people asked me beforehand what I think the result was going to be. I was like, I think Trump's going to win in a landslide, if I'm being honest. Could we call last night a landslide? Oh, maybe. She did not outperform Biden in any of the territories that he did in 2020. So she did much worse than him across the board.
Yes.
And Trump won. I think today Democrats woke up being like, what happened? How could this happen? I think really it just came down to Americans choosing the price of eggs and the price of milk, because that was what they were told would happen if they voted for Trump and the Republican Party. To me, what was crazier is the fact that now the Republicans got their president, they got the House, they got the Senate, they got full control. The Empire Strikes Back. It's kind of crazy to me. It's not like 2016, because that was a shocker.
Yeah.
Because that was everyone was like, oh, he has no chance. This time, a lot of polls were like 50-50, maybe 51% Trump. Some were 51% Kamala. Like, it was kind of a toss-up. He did kind of, by the end, he ended up running away with it. But, I don't know. For me, not super surprising. I think I was more surprised with Biden winning in 2020, if I'm being honest.
Wow. I say for me, the election day / night was just interesting because, all the pent up energy. If I'm being real, if I truly want to play no games, I feel like a lot of the world looks at what America's doing first, and I feel like they're like, what is America gonna do? Because I feel like a lot, I would say even in Joe Biden's presidency, I think the world has been laughing at
Oh, yeah.
the U.S., and I think they were trying to see if we were actually going to get back and be regular. And
First thing happens today. Xi Jinping from China says, I hope we can keep good relations with the U.S. Like, now all of a sudden, America is a little scarier.
yeah, because when you have someone who has intrusive thoughts and wakes up in the middle of the night and is like, you know what? But that's a whole.
Yeah.
I would just say the election for me, I actually thought it was going to get weirder, because if we go from like a year ago, we had January 6th. I never thought someone or a group of people would storm the Capitol and be alive after that. That's that. So I thought in some like weird way that we wouldn't have results today. It would project Kamala to win, and then Donald Trump would have picked up the phone and like, you know what, Supreme Court, we've been waiting for this moment. Overturn these elections. And I honestly thought
that's
it
a
would
crazy
be
prediction.
Donald Trump versus the United States and him
Winning?
a legal battle.
A legal battle.
A legal battle of the election and him overturning the election. That's how I thought it was going to go. Because no one could have predicted January 6th. So I was like, let me go with like something that makes like a pathway of sense and where I can see him actually winning. Because I know today we're going to talk about how our judicial system is entirely red. Because I'm like, he's been planning to have so much control. Because this is the first time in, I feel like in years, and in fact, you got to correct me, that the House.
I think the last time was 2016.
Yeah,
I think.
We're like
I would love if you could confirm that. Last time we had the House, the Senate, and the President under Republican control.
Because when you look at it, right, Obama still got stuff done, but he had to compete against with an adjacent executive power that was against him, but he still got so much done. So I'm curious what it looks like where you have all three, like, we in this shit together.
Yeah. What do I want to say? If I've been seeing a lot of people throw blame out today.
Yes.
Throwing blame on like different individuals, different parties, anything like that. I will say, did the Democrats mess this up? Oh yeah.
What?
I think they lost when Biden wanted to rerun for a second term.
Yeah.
Because if you look back at 2020, what did Biden say? He said, I'm a stopgap. I'm a one-term president. I'm here to get rid of Trump and then hand it over to a younger generation. Exactly. Well, 2024 comes around. He's like, well, I'm going to rerun. And we're like, oh, okay. Well, there you go. Then he gets up there, has his dementia moments, does what he does. God bless Joe. I think Joe's actually a great guy, but he's not fit. He's not fit to do it. Wasted all that time. So then the people of America can't choose a candidate. There's no system there. The DNC appoints Kamala just because she's the vice president already. I don't think she was the face America really wanted. I don't think she ran for president in 2020 and she got chewed out by Tulsi Gabbard during the debates, and she kind of crashed and burned during that. Cram. So with that, I just think, I don't know, man, they're going up against like a bulldozer.
I think one of the major key points that I learned from yesterday. Will we have a fact first?
Quickly, yes.
Yeah,
2016 was the last time.
Okay, so 2016, yeah.
Is I think people in the city forget how rural America is.
Oh yeah.
And don't get me wrong, are there a lot of big major cities? Of course, but I feel like people don't understand that there's a lot of rural areas where, like, yes, you live in Miami, but it's different.
But even Miami was red.
But that's true. That's actually a fact.
Yeah.
Latinos for Trump. So,
but like Austin is blue, Dallas is blue, Houston is blue.
But there's so.
But then just right out of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think people have to understand that. Yeah, you're thinking about things and issues that affect in the city, but are you thinking about things and issues that affect people in the rural areas? Because that life is different from what we live in the city. Absolutely.
I think a lot of people that live in the city, Democrats specifically, need to kind of open up their bubble and realize that the world, America is big.
Yes.
I mean, even look at Oregon, man. Oregon had 42% for Trump.
Yeah.
That's a lot more than has ever. I think he's won in Oregon.
So many Southern Oregonians want to go into Idaho.
That too. You
remember that bill that was out there?
That too. Yeah, the Greater Idaho.
Yeah.
They're still going for it, dude. They're still going for it. I don't like it.
We want our delegates.
But think about it. Trump outperformed himself in the last two elections, this election, on black male voters. He did better than the last two elections. And he did a way better in Latino male voters. And women. But about 45% of Latino men voted for Trump, which is a huge amount when you also think like it was like 60-something% of white males voted for him. That's how he ended up winning in those rural Georgian suburbs with the black men. He won there. That's how he won Georgia. In Arizona with the Latino men. That's how he won Arizona. These were Pennsylvania. These were the states that ended up letting him win.
I think what the Democrats did didn't do is your point of, you're right. After Joe Biden's presidency, he should have, because Trump was campaigning for like 3-4 years.
Oh yeah.
Joe Biden didn't allow someone else, or the Democrats didn't allow someone else. But I think the thing that we kind of have to like really like sink our teeth into is just like focusing in on. I think the Democrats in so many ways didn't play to their base, because when you look at how Trump won this time, it was more. I want to say, you know how like the Republican Party is trying to expand and be more like biracial. Like if you look at the stats we just talked about, it's very black men, Latinos, other races, where I think it's just very interesting. So the question I kind of want to lead us to is, why do you think Trump speaks to so many different people?
One, I think the way he speaks very basic, which I think, and you can laugh about that, but I actually do think it's a way immigrants understand him. Mm. Like my parents are immigrants; they understand what he's saying because of the way he speaks. He speaks in a way where everyone can understand him. I think he does it on purpose, if I'm being honest. I think he does it on purpose. And also he still sells that American dream, which I think no matter, really? He still sells that American dream, even though it's kind of a fake one.
Okay, because I was going to push back on that.
I'm not saying it's real.
I understand. The reason why I just want to push back on that is people see themselves in Trump. So you see yourself as a billionaire.
Not necessarily.
Multiple like, yeah. That is there's nothing relatable.
Especially because his father was rich.
Yeah. That's the part. And I'm not even trying to say Kamala Harris.
But it's the dream. Because that's what America initially was. And that American dream died. Because now it's almost, you're kind of stuck in whatever social class you're born within.
True.
Because a college education no longer means what it used to. And cost of living is so high and all this stuff. But he still preaches that dream, which I think really appeals, especially to like immigrants.
So you talk about the simplicity. I do agree with that, because I said it on here. I've said to most people that Trump's entertaining, he's hilarious, but like it's almost kind of like I can watch a reality TV show like the Bad Girls Club or something ridiculous, right? Mm-hmm. And know that this is all smoke and mirrors, and like this is just junk TV. Mm-hmm. It's almost kind of like, yeah, he speaks simply, but it's like it's just weird that people can't see that there's a ruse, and the ruse is he only cares about himself. And I'm just speaking at this at a very modern place, where it's kind of like, it's very easy to be like, I really care about things, and then you look at the policies that he's enacting and I'm like, it seems like you care about Elon getting a break, this person getting a break. Oh, you care, all right. It's almost kind of like the whole, it's so interesting where like, I don't know, maybe it's like an upbringing thing where it's kind of like, so I don't know. It's, to me, I think that's where it's at. But I saw you revving up over there.
I was going to add something, but no, so not a fact, just kind of conjecture. But like
a dragon injector.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. Don't say that again.
Erection night in America. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Go ahead.
No, but like when you have a Democratic candidate who's uninspiring, doesn't have actual like policies that she's backing behind, and she's just like, vote me.
Standing on Biden's policies, essentially.
Yeah. And what, like 2 weeks ago, she goes on The View to basically say, I'm going to do what Biden did.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And it's like, Biden's unpopular for a lot of reasons. And then when Trump's coming out saying like, hey, we're going to deport however many illegal immigrants, like 1.2 million? It's some
the ones
insane
eating
number.
The cats.
Keep that snort as a sound effect.
That's a fire. It sounded, yeah.
And then she like, for a bit, she's like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And then she flips and she's like, we're going to go ahead and deport, just not that many.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, are people going to vote for somebody that's a little bit more charismatic with actual policy, or somebody who's uninspiring and just seems to limp fish and follow Republicans around, just less so?
Exactly. And it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, she announced that they're going to decriminalize like marijuana across the country. Like last minute, they're like, "Oh, here's the buzzer beater."
Man, I missed that.
Yeah,
That's rough.
but to last part about why you think he to answer your question on the way he appeals to people. I mean, I've been saying this for a little bit now, and well, it's a running joke here, but the social media aspect, getting that based. Sorry, getting young social media users, young males on Twitter, on X, on Instagram, to engage. 47% of men between the age of 18 and 29, 47% voted for Trump. He went on Joe Rogan. JD Vance went on Joe Rogan. Joe invited Kamala. Kamala refused. She denied the invitation. I think that was a huge L. I think that would have been a great opportunity for America to get to know her. That Joe Rogan Donald Trump episode has 50 million views in like 10 days.
Waltz should have gone on Joe Rogan.
Waltz should have gone. Paul Fetterman went. The Democratic senator from Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Waltz has 100% more personality than Kamala does, though.
I don't even know anything about Waltz. I'll be honest.
Watch interviews of him versus Kamala. He's got like a very like
Football
Midwestern.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a Midwestern.
Yeah.
Yeah, but stuff like he had Dana White, he had the Nelk Boys promoting him, he had all these comedians like Theo Vaughn, Tony Hinchcliffe,
The
Flagrant Boys. Yeah, like he knew how to play social media and the younger generation to get them to go out and vote for him.
I would say when this kind of thing happens, when I think what a lot of people are upset about is what Trump stands for.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost kind of like, I say this a lot, where two things can be true at the same time, where it's kind of like, all right, you could be you could want good for your partner, but also you could be mad at them, right? But it's hard to do the two things be true at the same time when it comes to politics, when it comes to what Donald Trump represents. And I think one of the things that we kind of have to talk about before we kind of like talk about like Kamala a little bit is what Donald Trump represents to, let's say, the other side. And I think one of the points I kind of want to bring up is, Donald Trump represents, a lot of things in America that people wish they had. When you talk about the American dream, we talk about people wishing that, because like when we look at Kamala, right, where like she's fully qualified to do the job, and how many fully qualified people are ready for the job, and then you get some bullshit experience right out of college, and you're like, you know what, you need 5 years out in the field, and you're like, what? Why did I go through college for all this stuff? Mm-hmm. And it's almost kind of like Donald Trump is a bit Teflon, because I know if I had some of the things that he had, I would be in jail.
100%.
So it's just very interesting that people are championing just, because they're treating him like Jesus, and he has a Bible. And if we're being like super Christian, right? And if you bought that Bible, from my just like, you're putting up another false idol, in my opinion, where like buying the Trump Bible is
yeah.
Like, that's disrespectful.
I don't like that either. As a Christian, that it is weird. Did we ever talk about him getting shot on the podcast?
No.
We didn't. Okay.
No.
I think the election was lost when Biden decided to rerun.
Oh, that was 100%.
When Trump stood up after getting shot and putting his hand in the air, put it down. It was signed, sealed. The election was over that day. When he didn't die, which was a miracle, actually. That he didn't.
You think it was a miracle?
Absolutely. From 150 yards, where that was with the 5.56 it was using.
It's like iron sights only, right?
Yeah, iron sights, AR-15. Like, it's a chip shot. It's nothing. That should have been like easy money. Easy money. Yeah.
So, just getting back to like what he represents, that piece, right?
Yeah.
I think that's something we have to acknowledge, where he just represents where, a bunch of people. Because I think this has been my only gripe with the Republican Party. Is like, I think people could be have a Republic mindset, but it's kind of like whether you are you agree or you're indifferent when it comes to like trans people and things of that manner, where it's kind of like you gotta let people live how they live. But like, I think the true mark of a great politician is being able to be like, how can I come across the aisle to make sure these vast different groups of people feel like they have a voice. Like, you could be fiscally responsible with stuff, but also like,
well, now you're just explaining libertarians, and they never win. I'm sorry to say it, but as a libertarian myself, they don't win.
So the question is, and we'll move it this way.
I have some stuff for like the future if you want. What?
That's okay. That's
okay.
That's the piece I was gonna, because I guess we're kind of going over the shock. I think I kind of want to move towards just a little bit, not the future, where it's kind of like, because a lot of people have a lot of fear what's gonna happen in the next 4 years.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things I kind of want to talk about, if I'm doing everything correctly, is we talked about Donald, but I also want to talk about like why Kamala didn't win, in my opinion. Because, is it because she's a Indian black woman? Is that the case? I think there's a lot of things that went into it, and I think I want to mix everything that you said. I think a lot of things went into Kamala not winning, and do I think because she's a woman that played a part in it? Yes, but I also think it's how Trump marketed what he assumes people that he can do. And I think Kamala, should have went to the Joe Rogan and really shown people off the script of like who she is and like what she's about. Because I remember she was on whoever show. And she's like, I got a Glock in my house. I want to hear that stuff.
Yeah, like that would have been great stuff to know about her. Was that The View?
I can't remember. It was one of that, and I was like, oh, I like that because it's like, Kamala don't play. So
like, I know nothing about her.
I just know she's just a well qualified person, and she just lost to people think that Trump is gonna do this for them or do this for the economy, racism, white privilege, a lot of different stuff, hatred. So a lot of stuff went into, because like everyone's trying to find this one thing Kamala should have done, or Kamala. I feel like a lot of stuff went into, and I feel like America really showed where it's kind of at with a lot of stuff.
I'll say this for the people worried. No, your states control more power than anything. Vote locally. Especially if you're in Oregon, it's going to be kind of unchanged. I'm going to be honest. I don't think a lot's going to change here. It's going to take some drastic stuff federally to change our day-to-day lives here in Oregon and Washington, even California, really, to a degree. It's so one-sided over here that I would say like you don't have much to worry about here. But other people in other states, talk to your local officials, talk to other individuals, and for the most part, day-to-day life, I don't think will be too different, if I'm being honest. I mean, 2016 and 2020, what anything that sticks out to your mind during his last term? Yeah, what?
Never mind. I gotta be serious.
Okay.
Not that I can remember, but I think I'm a pretty optimistic type of dude, where it's kind of like, whether Kamala or Trump got in, them being in is not going to make me who I need to be. Like, I have to do that for myself. So I've always had the mindset of like, I have to do that for me. But I think one of the things I kind of want to also bring up too as well is a lot of people are afraid, and I think it's kind of hard for me to say and tell them to not be afraid, because when you talk about like women's rights, and it's a real thing where it comes to like, if you have a baby inside of you and you don't have the proper laws to back up getting the proper help, because what a lot of people, I don't think they understand is, having Medicaid, Obamacare is a privilege, and that helps a lot of people when there's pregnancy complications or things that come up. And I feel like a lot of the red states don't understand some of the things we get because we've accepted the government's help. And I'm gonna be honest, I think at a time when you try to tell people stuff, it's time to show you this is what happens when those things don't back up. So I think for the people who are afraid, I definitely think you got to think about can't think about the worst case scenario. I don't think black people are going to be in whips and chains.
Jeez.
I'm going to go there because I think people are thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for like people who are saying like Donald Trump is going to be president forever,
the whole 2025 plan or whatever that's a complete conspiracy theory. Like that is not. No, he's not gonna be president forever.
I think we would all stop our jobs if Donald Trump.
He's not gonna be like a dictator. That's not. No.
I think we would like if something like that radical.
Yeah. No.
I think we would all be like, all right, we gotta get this guy out.
Americans wouldn't allow. No, and that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
One interesting thing. Speaking about politics and where they're moving towards, I saw this post today about the 2030 apportionment forecast. Mm-mm. Essentially, it is the change in the how many electoral votes the states are getting. So essentially, based off of population estimates, it's looking good for the Republicans. So, for example, states like Oregon's losing one.
We're losing one?
California's losing 5 votes. Idaho, Utah, and New Mexico, Arizona are getting 1. Texas is getting 4.
What?
4 more votes. Minnesota's losing 1. Wisconsin's losing 1. Illinois is losing 2. New York's losing 3. Florida's getting 4. Essentially, here you can look like the South is getting more votes because of because individuals are moving to these states from the North, from the West Coast.
Are you fact checking that?
A little bit.
Look at.
Oh.
This is what it's called. If you need it, you found it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So forecasting moving forward, the Republicans getting a little stronger if that's the case. Again, this is just estimates. I believe based off population.
Population. For the people, while Andrew's fact checking that, for the people who are still distraught, I would say this is not over. And when I say this is not over, I feel like this is an opportunity for you to see how things really go. Meaning, one of the things I really appreciate my mom has ever done for me is before I went to school, she used to take me to the Lloyd Center. We get lunch and we would people watch.
I love that.
And she would be like, Robert, we're having fun. This is like, just sit back and watch how people just like navigate and go through the world. Mm-hmm. And I was able to see the signs of like, oh, this is a happy person or this is a sad person. And I feel like lots of people don't look at the whole thing. They just look at this small micro size of like, I just watched Fox News or I just watched MSNBC.
Yep.
And I think when it comes to this world, I think both sides is a big game. And I think if you're distraught and you're thinking about your loved ones who may not have rights or things like that, I feel like it's important that you try not to catastrophize, but also it's an old lesson. And the old lesson is you cross that bridge when you get there. Meaning, if you see the writing on the wall and it's very, very clear and your states are not backing up and protecting your rights, you have the right to move. You have a right to
absolutely
do what's necessary for you to feel safe. And if that's going to a sanctuary city or a city that has more democratic rules, then you should do that. And that's a big decision to make, but also you got to do what's necessary for yourself.
Yeah.
So I think try not to have so much doom thinking, because I think if something really big happened, I think people respond. Like look at our country. We've come together, even though we didn't get a lot of stuff done, we came together for George Floyd. We came together for so many different things. And it's not perfect, but I definitely think we would fight.
Absolutely. We will. I guess my final question for the future. All right. The Donald does his 4 years. 2028 comes around. You think we'll go back a little more to normal, politics, normal politicians? Or do you think we're just going to go even crazier?
I hope, because I'm like, who can top Trump?
Like, we'll get guys you don't hear about until it's like voting season.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think after what Trump and his crew's going to do, I think people are going to be clamoring for someone who's actually in politics and wants to stabilize America. I'm going to be honest with you.
Maybe. We could also get Dana White versus Cardi B. I'm just saying.
Ow.
I saw today Dana White is a 1 to 1,000 favorite to win president in 2028, and I said that is disgusting.
I need.
But hey, people leaving California now, taking power away from California, giving power to Texas, Florida. That'll be interesting. Anyways, in brighter news, local election. A friend of ours actually did pretty good, didn't he? Friend of the program.
I think this program did a very great service.
Just say it.
We got Keith Wilson elected.
There you go.
Yeah, Keith. What's up? Shout out. You didn't meet me, but you met them. And
Keith. Yeah.
We gotta be at your ceremony.
We should actually.
We want.
Dude, he was at the brewery just down on MLK.
See, we want row K seats while you get the key to the city.
Row K seats.
Yes. We deserve K.
All the way in the back, please. That would be awesome. No, shout out to Keith, man. His message, I think, was a good one. I loved having him on the podcast. He was a great guy. I talked with him before and after privately about some stuff.
Oh, privately?
Okay. Yeah. As I was walking him back to his car, just about politics,
relationship stuff,
and really like the sex life stuff. I'm joking. That's a I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a joke.
He's lying.
No, but we just talked about political stuff and kind of where my family comes from and all this stuff. And I think he's one of the few guys that was running for mayor that had an actual plan in place, not just saying, yeah, we're gonna be hard on drugs and we're gonna clean up the homeless. Like, he had a true plan of step 1, step 2, step 3, long term how to fix it, along with other stuff to kind of get the city back to where we all believe it should be.
Yeah.
And I am surprised he won by such a landslide, I will say, because he did kind of come out of nowhere.
I think one of the things I do want to say is when it came to Keith and everything in between, actually, really quick before I go to that, that's why from that podcast that you guys did, instead of like picking like a houseless clip or anything like that, I picked what he wanted to do for the future because I feel like that would age better than us like talking about houseless. So I was like, everyone's going to be talking about that. And today, one of my friends will repost that, and it's still like getting like replays. He's like, oh, he wants to do this. And like, yeah, he was talking about it on our show.
Yeah, I know the clip you're talking about. Yeah.
So I actually think that was actually in his favor, but also I think him being like a businessman and like you
not being someone who's already been persuaded by the monster that is politics, I think, really plays a good factor in him.
Yes, but also I think he gets to the point of what you and Tay talked about, where it's kind of like we don't have enough billionaires here. Like, he's a highly profitable CEO, you know what I'm saying? Where it's kind of like, oh, he has a proven track record of like doing, where it's kind of like that only boosts his star to be like, all right, he's got the freight car system. Sorry, Keith.
Free business.
Thank you, Keith. I wasn't there. I apologize. But I will be there at your inauguration. And then, Roque, just sneak us a little bottle or something. But I'm saying I think that's truly helpful to the fact of like, I don't think we have a mayor who's really been thinking about the future.
100%. I think a lot of them want to think short term and just say what the population want to hear, like, get rid of the homeless and get rid of the drugs and all that. But I think I think he's got a plan. And hopefully the city moves in the right direction. We're putting a lot of trust in him. So
Keith.
That's hilarious.
We got you.
Also, hey, there's an example of a guy who went on a lot of podcasts, not just ours.
What? He used the Trump strategy?
I'm just saying, he was on Northwest Fresh. He was on our podcast. He was on Other Stuff Radio. Getting the word out there. People got to know him as a person. I couldn't tell you one thing about Renee Gonzalez or Carmen Rubio or Mingus Pingus or whatever.
I heard tell you something about Renee. I heard on a commercial during a basketball game.
Oh, yeah. Don't rank Renee, right?
I heard that, yeah. She don't be paying her bus tickets.
Yeah, Carmen was paying her the tickets. Yeah.
I don't know any of your lives. I'm just Remember, this is an entertainment podcast.
This is all just shits and giggles.
Exactly. 'Cause if I met you in real life, I would respect you. Just like Keith.
I'm dead.
Keith.
We gotta bookmark his inauguration and see if we can attend. If that's like a public thing or not.
Because he was like, what's the hottest urban black podcast I could go on?
And let's make sure to get the one white guy on.
His marketing team said, boom!
Boom!
We found
That's
him.
5 booms.
Keith, they told me you're a funny guy.
He was funny. He was
Okay,
a
so
real human. He was a real
Okay,
human.
so we're just throwing jokes. We know that you're a serious guy, but I'm seriously thinking we need 6 tickets to this inauguration. Because
put us in whatever row. We'll cater the event.
yeah, Keith, I'm gonna tell you something. After this, we've been actually, small rant. We've been throwing out some hits.
Good guess. Even my sister, she's a hater. She was
wait.
she's like, wait, you've been getting some good guess. The Keith thing, the Hassan thing too. I was because she sent me the Hassan clip. Oh, he was just on the episode. She's like, damn, you've been getting some good guess. I'm like, yeah, I've been telling you.
No. It is so funny. Sorry, Keith. We're gonna stand on your shoulders a little bit. Since we've been on this 2-month run of like having like good guests, people who's like just liking shit and be like, yeah, Rob, I've always believed in you. Yeah.
Yeah.
wait. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It is so funny not talking about your shit and just having random people talk about your shit, being like, yeah. Because the views, because I think we average on a month like 5,000, 6,000 views, like just of like our regular content. Mm-hmm. But the watch time has increased. And I'm just like, damn.
Social media's doing really well too.
And I'm just like proud that we're not put into a box. I'm glad that people can see us and be like, you know what? Whether they're a future politician or whether they're an artist, whether they're just like a person on the street where they're like, man, we're going to be able to get our story off.
Yeah.
And we're not glazers of interviewers. Like, I feel like we try to ask tough questions. We try to ask questions people will try to ask. And I feel like that's one of the things I was proud about with you guys' interview, where it's kind of like you guys were trying to, give Keith respectful pushback. And I think sometimes when people come with a I gotcha energy, that's like an ego thing. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of the questions and pushback that you were trying to give him was like something like any random person would know. Like, you got the opportunity to talk to someone.
You wanted to actually like understand and dig in a little deeper.
Exactly. Where it's kind of like, if I'm going to interview, the next president of the United States, I'm obviously going to be as respectful as I can, but also I'm going to be like, this is my opportunity to actually like really talk to you, like, and not like super glaze.
Yeah, not just get around at Mar-a-Lago.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So no. Shout out to Keith. It was just announced. It was just announced.
It's just announced
that you're president. He's the president.
Jefferson's finest. Sorry.
Actually, that's what we should title the episode. Keith for president.
Keith for president. Maybe we could do that. But yeah, shout out to Keith. Hey, the city is in your hands, man. Good luck with it. If you need help, give me a ring. You got my number.
Yeah, he's like Tony Stark.
Yeah, who, Keith?
Yeah.
I get. Interesting comparison. Maybe.
We're Red Hulk.
How can we bring more Romanians into the city, huh? Put me on the immigration board. Not that Portland has one.
What would my cabinet position be in Portland?
Chief of garbage.
That was so trash. I laughed.
I don't know. What would you want? What would you want to be in charge of Portland? I don't even know what job, like, official jobs are.
I don't know. But
public education.
I would fix PBS immediately.
Yikes. I don't think you can.
Don't talk about my system. We're going to quick commercial break and then an announcement, and we'll be right back.
Do you have an event coming up? A project that would be elevated by crisp visuals and clear audio. Look no further than the Backseat Critic Productions. Our email is bc.productions.pdx@gmail.com. Find us on Instagram at bc.productions.pdx.
So we're on this historic run.
Can I get the other one, actually? Can I get the orange one?
I want your head in that.
I'll just hold it up. I'm not gonna put my hair in. I forgot to bring mine. I forgot we were doing the AOD thing.
Let's put it on.
Okay.
All right. Zoom out after I do my thing. All right, 3, 2, 1. We've been on a historic run, and on this historic run, one of our main supporters, if you could see, has been AOD, and I cracked the vote, and after I cracked the vote, I got some gifts for y'all, and Costa's holding this up. Come on.
It's frozen.
It froze.
That's it. Oh, there you go.
All right. Costa's holding it up. I'm wearing it.
There's
We're
a
gonna
purple
have
one as well.
There's another. Look, one second.
Okay, sorry.
So
This one's orange.
we're gonna give listeners,
like our president.
we're gonna give listeners an opportunity to get an AOD beanie from one of our brand partners.
Brand partner. AOD.
AOD.
Above our differences.
Oh, whoa! Are you? Do you think Trump is above his differences?
I don't know about that, but I'm a Josh Miller fan.
Oh yeah. So after this episode, it's gonna come out on Instagram. It's going to be a giveaway instruction of how you can get entered into a raffle to win one of our beanies. I'll package and I'll gift it to you. But if you're looking at this right now, and if you type the special code that I will say momentarily, you'll get an extra entry into the raffle.
Oh.
Ooh. But Cos, you were gifted one of these beanies. How do they feel?
They feel great. They're very, very cool. This is actually mine, but not mine. I have this exact one, but this is Andrew's because I forgot to bring mine. I have an orange one. Tay has the purple one, which I wanted, but Tay stole it from me. Black. Are those the colors?
This is an early model. You know what I'm saying?
Early
I got
model.
connections
Got it.
in there.
Can people buy these if they want to?
They can.
Okay, there you go.
Well, I'll talk to Andrew. Maybe he can add some stuff in here. But no, we're gonna do a giveaway because we're getting closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers, and we just want to connect you guys and with a dope opportunity and just expand the show. So the special code that if you type for an extra entry
Is
PNG.
nice.
That's PEEING.
No.
PNG.
P and G. The 3 letters. P, N, and G.
If you follow instructions, and you'll see this, and you add the PNG in a particular way, and you'll know this once you get the instructions, you'll get an extra entry into the raffle to hopefully win yourself an AOD beanie.
Very cool.
All right, Cos, we have one last segment, then we're going to skate on out of here.
Yeah. I thought we should end on a fun note, on a positive note. And we're going to play a little game. A lot of podcasts play this game, but no one does it like we do. It is overrated, underrated, properly rated. So I have 5 topics here, and we're going to say if that item/topic is overrated, underrated, or properly rated, and you can give a little spiel why. First one, sparkling water. I'll start. Underrated. Americans just can't appreciate sparkling water. I love sparkling water. Grew up drinking it. Drink it to this day. The problem with a lot of people when they drink sparkling water is they put ice in it. You can't put ice in it because that kills the carbonation. So you just have to drink it cold. Just put it in the fridge. Drink it that way.
Zombie. It's overrated. It's disgusting.
You think sparkling water is overrated?
It's disgusting.
Disgusting.
Except it's for PDX water. They have new sparkling water.
Oh my god. Yeah, great job there. Yeah, I'll drink sparkling PDX water all day. Do you want to get in on this?
Sure.
Let's have we'll have the dragon join us for okay.
Yeah.
Sparkling water. How do you feel about it?
Lukewarm.
So properly rated, underrated,
Overrated.
Overrated.
Overrated. Okay, 2 Americans take a real American standpoint there. Shocker.
Hey, Trump
Wait,
said
you said properly rated?
I said underrated.
Underrated, overrated. You said, was there a third?
Properly rated.
properly rated.
You know what? I'm going to go with that.
You gonna go properly rated?
Yeah.
They're
Fair.
important people. That's what Trump said on Jan 1.
Jesus.
So you keep that American talk out.
Okay.
Okay.
But sparkling water's great. Also, not flavored sparkling water. I don't like LaCroix and all that. Just give me no flavor. Just
Interesting.
sparkling water, just flat, just normal flavor. All right. Number 2, taking a nap.
Overrated.
When?
Whatever.
Taking a nap is so boring.
I am overrated on naps only because I don't like the way I feel afterwards. I feel very cranky,
Lethargic.
very lethargic, gronky, like not in a good mood after.
Overrated.
Okay, a sweep, an overrated sweep for the
It
nap.
takes me like an hour and a half to get to sleep for a half-hour nap. I'm not gonna.
And it takes me like an hour to wake up.
Yeah,
Exactly, it's a
Not
waste of
worth it.
time. I'd rather just wait and go to bed earlier.
exactly.
Okay, that's good.
Pop 20
All right,
melatonin.
this holiday just passed. Halloween,
Properly rated.
properly rated for you. You like Halloween?
Yeah.
Where would you rank it? Like top 3 holidays.
It's not in the top 5. I'll probably go maybe it's 4.
Okay, so you're on lower tier. Like some people are like Halloween's the best holiday now,
No.
and I'm like, you're crazy. I think it's overrated.
I'm going properly.
Properly,
Overrated.
you say
Yeah.
properly.
Properly.
I say overrated just because like I'm hearing like Halloween taking over Christmas.
Absolutely not.
No,
Like I'm hearing
I
that
don't see
argument a lot, and I'm like,
Jesus.
that's crazy.
Unless Mariah Carey or Taylor Swift comes out with a Halloween song, that's not going to happen.
The day Halloween passes Christmas is when I get like several days off of work for Halloween, and that'll never happen. I don't even get the day off of work for Halloween. That's how you know it's an ass holiday. Like,
Get this.
Should be a federal holiday.
You know why Tim Burton is a genius? Because he did the
Mess?
Nightmare Before Halloween for Christmas. Oh, there we go. So it's Halloween and Christmas.
I hate that movie.
He's double dipping. Genius.
I hate that movie for that reason, that it's both, and I never know when to watch it.
Genius.
When do
you
you
know-
watch it? For Christmas or Halloween or both?
You know what? I actually don't watch it. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, it's not.
Ew.
Yeah, it's gross. It's a
Yeah.
weird movie. It gives me weird vibes when I watch it. I'm like,
It didn't do it for me.
okay,
What does it for you?
Porn.
nice. All right, we got 2 popular rated. I'm still going on overrated. All right, number 4, s'mores.
Damn.
I'm saying overrated on s'mores.
Overrated.
Over.
I think the first one is good, and then afterwards, like, I'm
It's
good.
excessive.
It's very excessive.
It's like,
And if you're not like, you ever do one in a microwave?
no, you barbarian.
I'm just saying, like,
Barbarian.
probably more people make them in the microwave than in the fucking campfire. When you're supposed to.
That is American.
Yeah,
That's it.
that is American. It is American.
That is
Yes.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Only time I've had s'mores is by the fire.
And like one in, you're good.
I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. But you
know,
like,
if Trump could round up those people and deport them,
well, it's so messy. You get the thing and you put it on, and you have to like hold all these things while you're in the lawn chair while camping.
So I will say TikTok is dope for some reasons. So this person found a new way to do s'mores. So you go to like Costco or whatever, and you get like these bags of like all these like different cookies. So say it's like Teddy Grahams, right? You get like a mini bag of Teddy Grahams. You warm up the marshmallow. You open the bag of Teddy Grahams. You put the warm marshmallow inside the bag, and then you mix it around with a fork. And it's like the Teddy Grahams is like this piece of Teddy Graham and the marshmallow. And I was like, it's not messy. You get different flavors. You could do an Oreo version. You could do and I was like, I can get behind that shit. That sounds fire.
Sounds like a lot still.
No.
yeah,
All right, so we're all going
You're just putting
overrated.
a hot
overrated. Yeah, it's
Marshmallow
gooey. It's
into-
gross. You get your hands all disgusting. Plus wheat. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
this
can.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Riddler from the new Batman.
The celiac.
Yeah. Ave Maria. That's you.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
No, like first one, if you're just roasting the marshmallow, stick it right in your mouth, and you're done. We don't need any more than that.
All right,
No chocolate, no graham cracker.
Okay.
all right, last one. In honor of Tay not being here, the Dallas Cowboys.
Overrated.
Properly rated trash.
I'm gonna say properly rated just because I think everyone dogs on the Cowboys like they should.
Yeah.
I think
They're properly rated. They'll never be good again.
Jerry sold his soul for those Super Bowls.
Thank you.
Until he dies, that team ain't winning anything.
Thank you. I do believe
He
certain
signed a deal with
people-
the devil.
I do believe
Right.
certain people be doing that shit, and until Jerry Jones gives up that team, nothing's good's gonna happen.
Gives it to his little autistic son.
Wow.
Not actually autistic. Just
Wow. We're
that was a
going
joke.
real
That was
low.
a joke.
That was real low.
That was a low blow. Yeah, yeah. Wah, 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 wah. Properly rated for the Cowboys because they're already the most hated team. The Cowgirls.
I got one for us.
Okay, yeah.
Play No Games podcast. Overrated, properly rated.
Extremely overrated.
You're out of here.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. You're fired.
That was a Trump vote. I was a Trump joke. We're properly rated because
Now we're underrated, man.
We're all of them.
Okay, we're all of them.
Jeez. Way to just not.
Some episodes are overrated, some are underrated.
Way to be decisive.
Maybe we'll get Trump on here. Imagine that.
You know how much flack I would get for having Donald Trump on this show?
You know how many views we'd get? Donald Trump hits your lineup. Says, hey, Robert, big fan.
That was pretty good.
Big fan. Listener. I'd love to come on.
That's really good. That was a really good impression.
If she was here, she'd hide under the table. Could you imagine Kamala on the show?
Sounds pretty good. I'm gonna be honest with you. For the divisiveness and what I'm trying to do, I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it. Mm-mm. And then I'll say, hey, Donald, come to my place. We'll do it.
I'm fine with that.
Now, only for the fact that like I would love to see if it's all an act.
See, that's
if the way he talks, the way everything he does, if like when the camera's off, is he the same way?
Because I think that's where the Flagrant boys messed up. We're a little bit. We're like, I feel like they were doing too much glaze, and like usually when they have people on there, I was like, you guys kind of push back a little bit.
They were glazing the hell out of him. That's why I kind of like Joe's episode a lot.
Thank you.
It was 3 hours of them just shooting the shit, really.
And that's the thing that I can respect about Joe Rogan.
He breaks people down, man.
Thank you. Like prime example, where like I would say, proudest moment of our podcast. It was our last one where, you know, we were able to like talk to Hassan and things of that manner. Cause like I got like super like, I don't know if I could trust you guys vibes. Cause like if you watch the entire interview from like start to finish, like you could see how both of them opened up to like really talk to us. And like we really do have like a really good like track record of like people are like, can I trust you guys? And then like after that 30-minute mark, they're like, these guys are cool.
Yeah.
And it's like such the greatest compliment in the world, man.
Absolutely, yeah. But I think that was our segment there. Wrap it up.
If you like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to, you know, donate some money, get Casa on a date, as well as Fact Dragon. Fact Dragon needs a Mrs. Dragon. You know, we doing things here. 2025 is gonna be different. I might be in Japan. Koss might be in Egypt.
Oof,
Andrew might be
on Mars.
There we go.
You and your best friend Elon can go up to.
This is Cartier, Rob.
This is Koss. This is Tay.
And this is AJ.
And this is Tay. I love midgets.
Oh,
I'm gonna
fire.
cut that.
That's fire.
Okay. We're out.
Bye.
Jesus Christ, bye.
That's funny.
Overrated, underrated. That shit. That was some old school Wild Boy shit.